The room was locked from the inside. That was the first thing police wrote down in their report. No signs of forced entry. No broken windows. No damaged door. Inside the small apartment bedroom, a young man was found lying motionless on the floor. At first glance, everything looked calm. Almost too calm. But what investigators would soon realize was that this case refused to make sense. The victim was 26 years old. He lived alone, worked a regular job, and according to friends, had no known enemies. The night before his death, neighbors reported nothing unusual. No screams, no arguments, no loud music, just silence. The kind of silence that hides something terrible beneath it. When police arrived, the door to the bedroom was locked from the inside. They had to break it open. Inside, the window was closed, curtains untouched, and furniture perfectly in place. There was no sign of a struggle, yet the body on the floor showed injuries that immediately raised questions. This was not a peaceful death. The official cause of death was listed as suicide within hours, but the autopsy told a different story. Bruises were found on the arms, marks that did not match a fall, marks that looked like someone had grabbed him. When the coroner asked how a man could injure himself like that in a locked room, no one answered. Even stranger was the clock on the bedroom wall. It had stopped working at exactly 2:17 a.m. Neighbors said the victim was usually asleep by midnight. His phone last showed activity at 1:48 a.m. No calls, no messages. What happened in those missing minutes remains unknown. Investigators searched the apartment carefully. No weapon was found, no note, no fingerprints that didn't belong to the victim. The bathroom was clean, the kitchen untouched. It was as if someone entered, did what they needed to do, and then vanished without leaving a trace behind. Friends were shocked by the suicide ruling. They described the victim as optimistic and future-oriented. He had recently planned a vacation. He had spoken about career goals just days before his death. Nothing about his behavior suggested despair. So why was the case closed so quickly? A neighbor later came forward with a disturbing detail. Around 2 a.m., they heard a faint noise. Not a scream, not a fight. More like furniture shifting, or someone struggling to breathe. When police questioned them again weeks later, the neighbors suddenly changed their story. Security cameras in the building were conveniently offline that night. Maintenance records showed they had been working earlier that day, but no proof of repairs could be found, no invoices, no technician statements. Another coincidence added to a growing list of unanswered questions. The family requested a second investigation. They were denied. Authorities insisted the locked door proved no one else could have been involved, but experts disagree. Locked room deaths are not impossible to manipulate. They only require time, planning, and knowledge of human behavior. Forensic specialists later reviewed the photos. They noticed something subtle. The position of the body did not match the injury patterns. If the victim had collapsed alone, gravity would have placed him differently. This suggested movement after death. But by whom? The bedroom key was found inside the room, on the desk, placed neatly, not dropped, not hidden, almost as if someone wanted investigators to notice it, as if the locked door itself was part of the message. Online forums began discussing the case. Strangers noticed details police ignored: the angle of the bruises, the stopped clock, the neighbor's changing statement. Public pressure grew, but official records remained unchanged. The case was never reopened. Years later, an anonymous message appeared online. It claimed to know what happened that night. The post was deleted within minutes. The account vanished. No one knows who wrote it, but those who saw it say it mentioned the locked door was never truly locked at all. To this day, the apartment stands empty. New tenants never stay long. Some report strange noises at night. Others say the bedroom door feels heavy, as if it resists being opened. Whether these stories are psychological or something more, no one can say for sure. What we do know is this: a man died in a room that should have made his death impossible, Evidence was dismissed. Witnesses went silent. And a simple explanation replaced a complicated truth. Sometimes the most terrifying mysteries are the ones officially labeled solved. If someone else was in that room, they were never found. If the door was locked, it protected more than it revealed. And if the truth exists, it may be buried beneath paperwork and time. This case reminds us that not all locked doors keep danger out. Some lock the truth inside.